I have a question to ask you. Did you miss me by any chance? I'm saying probably 3 weeks. I took off, maybe four. It could have been more. I don't know, but I'm here in the Streamers Hub with you right now. So thank you so very much for checking us out. Even if you're watching in the replay, I am really excited about this show because I think we're talking about a feature that we've had for a while that I think is going to be the next thing going. Like everybody is going to rush to OneStream for this particular feature. What feature am I talking about? The playlist feature. Yes, the playlist feature. Well, you're able to click a playlist and go to multiple destinations, okay? Simultaneously. Like, even if I didn't say that word right, you know, it's going to go to as many destinations as you have inside of your social media platform with OneStream. Or you can be smart about it and send people one direction to YouTube. I am DJ Strick, and I'm talking about our playlist feature with OneStream Live. I want to go through this really quickly to get started, and I do have a guest that I'm going to bring out in just a minute, and he has I'm saying the perfect use case for this particular feature, and you may be out there as well with the same use case. The same use case. So if you are, you don't want to miss who I'm bringing up. But first of all, let me do this and a couple of things I want to talk to you about. And one of those things is if you are out here and you are always thinking about, man, Strick does such a great job. I would love to be in the streamer partnership program with him for OneStream Live. Guess what? You could do it. All you need to do is send your content information to it's your profile information. So your social media profile, so they can check you out. Send it to content@onestream.live. Email them, tell them, hey, you would like to be on with Strick, or you would like to be a streaming partner like DJ Strick, and they'll check you out. And maybe you can hang out with me. I am looking for people that could also come on and be a part of the Streamers program to be on a panel with me. So I'm starting a new panel show on one of the Streamers Hub. So I'll bring a collection of OneStream Live users, and we'll talk about some of the features that we've been showcasing or themed for that month. You could be on with me. It's really true that you could come on and be with me, and I would love to have you. That being said, let me drop right into this playlist feature so you guys will know how it is used, how to get to it, and how it can benefit you. First of all, let's dive in. So I want to add my computer to the list here. You know, I like getting over to the right side. If you can see this, basically you want to go to the desktop where it says new stream. And you got a couple of places where you can choose a new stream. And you can see that by the number 1 on each of those things. So at the top, plus stream, and then new stream here on the left-hand side panel. That's the first thing you want to do. After you do that, you want to click the previous uploaded button. So this button here, you want to press this. So this is the second step. And this is where you have all of your uploaded videos. After that, you're able to click and build a playlist with OneStream. Okay, just click the button or the box on the left-hand side that shows the videos that you would like to add to this playlist and hit continue. Once you do that, you have an opportunity. I'm sorry, this is one. So the first step is to get one video. That's number 3. And then you add this button here. I talked too soon. You add this to add a playlist. So that's step number 4. And you go back in to your videos and then click on the videos that you would like to add to the playlist. Okay? Now, from there, you're able to rearrange the video. So once you click them, you can rearrange them however you want to just by clicking and dragging up or down the videos. And then from there, you want to hit finalize. And you, at that point, have made a playlist. Okay? In that playlist, you're able to say, these are the destinations I want that playlist to go. And then you're able to schedule it. It is really that simple. So you know how to schedule any type of video. Basically, with the playlist, you schedule it to start immediately, or you can say, hey, I want to start at 10 o'clock, and it'll go as long as those videos in the playlist that you put in. Whatever time frame that is, it'll just keep going. And if you're smart, you can also loop that playlist and it will continue to go as long as you loop it. Now, with the professional program, which is the highest one that you could have, it is 8 hours of live streaming per stream. Okay, so you can't go any longer than that. Otherwise, you will have to then loop it to be able to do 24 hours. So you can get as many loops as you want to, but as far as how many videos you can have inside of the playlist is 8 hours worth of videos. Now, you want to also think about how much storage you have inside of your previously recorded, because you want to look at that. If you need to buy more, there is add-ons that you can get to buy more storage. Now, if you're here and you're thinking, how would I use this? That's the reason why I have a guest today. And I want to introduce this guest because he is very well known in the streaming community and content creator community. He's been talking about live streaming for a very long time. Someone that I thoroughly respect in the business. And he has so many things that he offers other content creators. And one is the 100 TV. We're going to talk about his network, how he's using it, and how he has could use the playlist as part of what he's doing, or how you could do it. Like, you can do what he's doing. Like, I'm just bringing him to the table so you could see what other people are doing out there. And maybe it's time for you to use this playlist feature. So without further ado, Ross, thank you so very much for hanging out with me. Thank you for allowing me to have that little time to talk about playlists and to bring you on as well.
Strick, thanks so much for having me. I was so glad last week when you reached out. We had connected through our mutual friend, Kevin Colby, and
Right.
you talked about joining 100 TV, and then we kind of fell out of touch for a little while. And you reached out last week and you're like, hey, I want to host the show. I want to be a part of this. And I mean, that just made my week. So I'm so excited to have you as a part of 100 TV. And I'm eager to learn what you're doing here and what solutions you have as far as if we decide at some point to go 24/7.
Right. Right. So let's get an understanding. First, I want to talk about who you are as a content creator. Of course, you've been doing this for a very long time, but you've been helping content creators by also establishing a book to where you kind of expose and market content creators as well. Can you talk about that?
Sure. So my book series is 100 live streaming and digital media predictions. We've had.
Can you put the book back up for me
Oh
one more time? I
yeah.
missed that.
Now we
I
got a
missed it.
little
I'm
more
sorry.
room there. We go. And so this is the third edition each year over the last 3 years, and we'll have another one that we're going to start working on in the fall. We come out with 100 plus predictions for live streaming and digital media, and we feature top live streamers and other content creators, podcasters, YouTubers, bloggers, newsletter folks, people who are executives with startups and bigger, more legacy businesses throughout the industry, bringing that perspective. So it's not just predictions, but it's a lot of insights into live streaming, but also into other aspects of digital media. This year, there was a lot of talk about AI
Right.
and vertical video and live shopping and moving into areas that, building communities off of social media, a lot of things that creators need to be thinking about to stay in business and to grow their business. So that's something. It started about 8 years ago with
Okay.
a blog post. And once the pandemic hit, the idea was, well, now everybody has to use these tools. Everybody has to use live video. Maybe it's not to do a show, but maybe it's to meet with their team or,
Right.
pitch or do a proposal or what have you. So everybody, there's a wider audience now beyond the industry folks who were following the predictions, and that's what the motivation was, to go to the book form. And once you start doing it that way and people respond to it, I'm going to continue, obviously, doing it in book form. But that, along with just going live a lot and doing this a lot, has been what I've been up to the last 7 years. My background is in radio. I fell into a platform called Blab in 2015,
Okay.
and that's how I discovered live streaming. I had been out of broadcasting for a while, and I just fell back in love with the online side of it, and that's the space where I've been busy since then.
What is it with us old radio guys, that we love live streaming? It's For me, it's so similar.
It really is. I had never used anything with a camera before. I mean, maybe I was a guest on a couple of shows, but basically I had no idea what I was doing. And I literally just created a radio show, basically, on live stream, and it just works because we're used to being live on radio. We're used to
Right.
doing live radio. We're used to having to keep an audience and having to promote and having to come back and having to keep the show moving and have pace and come in and out of breaks and so forth. And all those skills serve you well in live streaming. We're also used to not everything going perfectly and having to
Right.
deal with that. So all those skills are a great training ground for live streaming, because other than the webcam or the visual side of it, you're essentially doing talk. I mean, most shows are essentially like talk radio shows with some
Exactly.
video as well. And it really is a great training ground, and especially as most people come from tech or they come from social media and marketing, having some of that broadcasting skill, because it still is a show, it still is a form of entertainment, a form of transferring information, communicating. There's something about having that background that I think um, speeds your time to market and getting your show up and running and making an impact. There's less of a learning curve about how you interview somebody or how
That's
you
true.
book a guest or what you're going to talk about going into the show, how you're going to close it out.
The
Doesn't mean
audio
we don't have
interface,
to.
stream
Yeah,
decks, all the
yeah,
extra
yeah, yeah.
stuff, you're able to do that.
Right, you learn that along the way, but the basic thing is the content. That's what it all comes down to. If the content is good, then go ahead and add all the bells and whistles that you want to add. If the content isn't good, the bells and whistles aren't
Not
gonna
going to
serve
help you
you.
at all.
Right, right.
That's so true. So, how did you go from what you were doing as a content creator to now think, hey, let's do this? Let's do 100 TV, where I have all of my content creator friends come on and we build a network on YouTube. What made you think of that as a new endeavor for yourself?
Well, I mean, I think times are getting tougher for the solo creator. I mean, there's the algorithm issues that don't necessarily favor somebody who's putting out one video on a YouTube channel a week, or a video, a live stream, and a couple of shorts. Wow, that's a really productive week. But I
Right.
can't compete with big media. I can't compete with big independent networks or even small independent networks that have teams if I'm working alone or with a small team. And so there's, instead of 100 of us being on 100 different channels, each dropping a little bit of content each week, which comes to a lot of free content for the platform. What if we all gathered together and supported each other and
Uh
promoted
huh.
each other and distributed together on the same platforms, whether it's YouTube, whether it's OTT platforms, whether it's podcasts, um, directories, and then we all promote that together. Now we've got the combined volume of all of our content coming. So we have uploads every single day. We have 6 hours of streaming linear TV style on YouTube on Mondays.
I love it.
Soon we're going to add about 6 hours on Tuesday.
Tuesday.
So we got
Uh-huh.
10 creators on Monday, plus really 11 because Jody Krangle does the voiceovers. And then we're going to add 10 or 11 more on Tuesdays, starting on June 6th. So then we'll 2 days a week, and we're just going to keep building it out each month. We're going to add another day of live linear programming. And then we take all that programming and we upload it as throughout the rest of the week as on demand videos. So
I
that
love it.
each show has its own video, its own playlist, and then we distribute it through the podcasts as well. So we're just getting into that. We've got a great plan with Spreaker from iHeart, where we're in their Prime network, which is a network where they feature independent creators. So that's a wonderful opportunity to get some exposure, get some monetization opportunities early on. So I'm really excited about the possibility of that because I think most of our shows are really video podcast style shows. So they work
Right.
whether you watch them on video, you
Or
listen on
listen to them.
audio, whether you join as they're streaming, in linear fashion, or you listen or watch on your own time. So the idea is collectively, when you add up all of our numbers and all of our volume of content, now you have some leverage to go to brands and advertisers and say, okay, you want to reach this many people, you want to reach this many creators and their
Right.
audiences, which are to some extent made up of creators. Now you've got one destination instead of 100 channels and so forth to do contracts with and monitor and provide content for and all that kind of stuff. So it really is a something that we're serving the viewer by having
Mhm.
one destination that they can go to and watch show after show that they enjoy by independent creators, and it's one destination for brands to deal with when they want to get their product out in front of creators and in front of creators' audiences.
So let me say this for
Mhm.
people that are watching, and whether I know we have One Stream Live customers that are like cable networks, all right, that
Right,
are
right.
doing something similar to this already. And there may be people thinking, like, this is one of the very few softwares that you could use that's browser based, that you can have videos sitting on their server, add to a playlist, and basically be running live streams to your YouTube channel. And guys, I'll be honest with you. I'm saying YouTube channel because that's where you want to go. Like, that's just my personal
Mhm.
recommendation. If you're gonna do that, you get additional watch time, you get additional subscribers, and you're gonna be monetized a whole lot faster, easier, and make more money even outside of the partnership program
Right.
going towards YouTube. All right. I know there are tons of places you can go. I just recommend if you're going to be on 24/7. So being on 24/7 is not going to help you on Facebook. Facebook will probably start hiding you if you had a 24. I don't know if anybody has a 24/7 channel on Facebook. You say, oh, that could be a good idea. It could be. But I'm sure they'll do what they need to do to be sure that you're not visible to people if you did. That's
Right,
just
right.
my opinion. That's just my opinion. With YouTube, they're going to push you up there. Why would YouTube push you? Because you're on their platform. And
Right.
if you have people coming to your channel watching it and they have content to watch, guess what? Where you want to get to is the recommended part
Right.
of YouTube, where YouTube starts sending you people. And there's two things to get that going is number one, having content, tons of content. And if you're live for a long time, you're getting the watch time, and the potential is there to really start faster when you have more content that you could give YouTube to work with. Martin,
We,
am I right in saying that?
I think so. I mean, this was the theory that I built my
Right,
show
right,
around today,
right.
which was all about YouTube versus TV, and a lot of people when we were discussing what the main destination was, and some people said let's go right to TV, and I said, well, the great thing about YouTube is you have 2.5 billion active users, and YouTube takes every video that you put up there, whether you're just starting out or you have millions of followers, and it takes whatever metadata they can and says, who can we put this video in front of? So YouTube wants to find an audience for your video. If you're
Right.
going to most other platforms, they're not that interested. You have
Right.
to bring your own audience. So that's the advantage of YouTube. Also, and this doesn't hurt when you're starting up something new, YouTube is free. It's got all the tools you need to set up a channel built in. It functions like a channel. It has playlists. It has on demand. You can live stream. You can get a ton of analytics. You can give other team members access to help manage the channel if you want. I mean, it's got everything you need to get started. But the two most important things to me is it has an active audience and it's trying to get your content in front of an audience.
Right.
And so there's both the art of creating what you're creating and there's the science of understanding how YouTube works. And if you can get both of those things right, you've got a real chance to succeed on YouTube. And you had Professor Nez on one of your
I
shows
love Professor Nez, by
the
the
other
way.
week, and I remember when we were co-hosting a show together back 2017, 2018, and I was primarily streaming to Facebook, and Nez was all about YouTube, and neither one of us had much of a following on YouTube. Nez maybe had a little bit more, but he decided to go all in on YouTube, and while I don't regret my decision because I got to work with some great brands on Facebook, I do think like if you had to rewind the clock, you can't argue with the decision to go all in on YouTube because it has the best monetization program, the most long-term
Right.
life of your videos. So, in the past, I had other reasons for other platforms, but now I can't see a social platform for video right now that's
Right.
more advantageous, easy for me to say, than YouTube,
Right.
unless you're on one of the live shopping channels and you're able to move product and get really good commissions.
You still have to have an audience
Obviously,
for that.
right. And even when you have that, you're still using YouTube to drive traffic there, to sell your affiliate product. Like, you're crazy about not using YouTube. It's like, when you get interest in the bank, you put an investment into YouTube and it compounds over time.
Right.
It continues to feed your social presence and your online portfolio really for the rest of the time that you're online.
So let me add this piece to it because I know you're going to do this for 100 TV as well. With OneStream Live, you're able to build the playlist, and of course, the playlist can go everywhere. I'm saying, and Ross says, agree with me, YouTube is a great place to put it, but you can also, with OneStream, put this on your own web page or have a web page by itself that you could put behind a paywall or a password protected wall and still have the playlist running and everything that goes along with it. There's a use case for that as well. You just have to have the marketing dollars or the marketing savvy to be able to send people to your web page or to that site to be able to get people to watch it. That being said, this is really robust for people that are doing this. I remember when we started the studio for OneStream, I had several guys that were doing their own cable network or something similar to that and was really excited about what Studio with OneStream Live could do. So if you're listening to us, the reason why I wanted to bring Ross on today is to inspire you guys. So if you've been sitting back, Erica, I saw you in the comments already thinking about doing a 24-hour channel. You have enough content out there right now to just go into your previous videos, click those videos. You can move them to however you want them to be, schedule them, and just let it go. Now, I don't want everybody to do 24/7 channels because I plan to do it. But I'll be honest with you, like,
Right.
I think I may have told you, of course, One Stream Live people, you guys know my wife is a jazz flutist, right? She is doing some phenomenal work in the industry. And I really want to start pushing her channel. Like, she's going to be the first
Right.
smooth jazz artist to have a 24/7 YouTube channel with her music just on repeat. And I'm going to be using One Stream Live in the playlist to be able to do that.
I mean, we know that it can work for different types of music channels, meditation channels. So there's certain yoga, certain things that we know that people have set up channels and they've gotten massive viewership because people will leave it on for a long time. They'll
Long
come back
time.
to it. Um, what I'm rolling the dice on here, and I'm hoping is that there's a place for long form talk as well. Right now we're 6 hours is our maximum stream. We're putting it into one container and streaming it. But over time, it's going to be interesting when we do test out, if we do test out the 24/7, what the response of the audience is and what impact that makes. Because most talk channels have not tried that at all. Have
Right.
never tried that. It's the ones you think of are either they've got a gimmick or they're doing music or they're doing meditation or pleasant sounds or things like that.
And you're right in saying that, and I haven't thought about that as well. But what I'm thinking about, I'm one of those kind of people. So I had this new saying, like I needed to come up with some type of saying the other day, and I don't know, Ross, where I heard it from, but I'm like all into dreaming big,
Mhm.
working hard, and then enjoying the journey. Because
Right.
you and I both are old enough to know there's going to be some ups and downs. You got to figure out how to enjoy the ups and don't get too down with the downs.
Yeah, I mean,
So
even if you get where you want to go, if you don't enjoy the journey somewhat or try and enjoy the journey, I mean, that's 99.99% of it, right? You get to the
exactly,
destination, it's like, great, I accomplished this. Now, what do I do to fill my time? So, might as well enjoy what you're doing.
might as well enjoy. You
I
are
think
so right
that's
about that.
that's the fun of trying something that while others have tried it in other forms, I don't think anybody's tried it with independent creators where they're all sharing in the decision making and in the ad revenue, and we're all equal partners as part of this. I'm curious. I'm just like I can't wait for the next month and like what shows people are going to bring and how audiences are going to respond to that and how we're all going to work together as we grow. There's a lot of exciting things on the horizon to me, and that's what makes it fun going through this process.
So one of the things that I really like about it is a collective of content creators. There's several networks all over, and to be in a network with content creators that have like minds that are willing to come together, I think makes a difference. So, as we're talking today, if you're a content creator and whether you want to be on 100 TV or you're inspired like Erica is with Talk Virtual to do something on our own, maybe it's not just for you to do it. When I say dream big, I really like for people to think about their big dreams. And I think a big dream is something that is bigger than yourself. Like it's going to take more than your energy and effort to be able to pull it off. And what we're talking about with 100 TV is definitely something that Mr. Brand here can't pull off by himself. Like it's going to take 100 creators to make it. Is that the number? So if you can have, starting off with 10 a day and you get five, so 50 is the initial number. Is that
So
right?
actually, 50 is where I think we're really, really, really on our way to something special. But my goal is 10 a day for 7 days. So we
Okay.
get to 70. And then as other people want to join on, we just expand the number of shows each day. And if we go past 100, that's great too. But the
That's
idea of
awesome.
100, I mean, not only comes from the book, but it comes from the idea that this isn't going to be two or three people. This is going to be a project. It's going to be an opportunity, hopefully, to get creators paid by having an extra stream of income that is significant, hopefully, as
That's awesome.
we continue building up. I think we need it. I think it's the next evolution of live streaming. We've all done the solo thing, and it's worked, it's not worked, depending on what you've tried to do and where you've gone. But the reality of the coming economy, the reality of the algorithms, audience behavior, and so forth, I think the time is right for people who want to keep pushing forward with the creator lifestyle, the creator economy, putting out content. The network concept is the next phase of this. And in some ways it's disappointing that it took so long for people to do this, because
Right.
imagine the power we would have had back in the day if we all came together and were able to approach the platforms and the brands and so forth as a collective. But now we will be able to do that, hopefully, with 100 TV, and that should change the game for creators. Or if it doesn't change everything, it's another stream of income for people who are managing multiple opportunities online, from hosting their own show to working with clients to selling courses. Now they're part of a network where they don't have to carry the whole lift by themselves, but they get to share in the benefits.
So let me do this really quick.
Sure.
While you're here, and I want to help people because I'm hoping that we're inspiring some people that light bulbs are coming off. Because if they're using OneStream right now, they have pre-recorded videos that's already inside of their system. So this is what I want to do. I'm going to bring this on, and I'm going to let you rest just 1 second here. Let me bring this back up. So actually, you can be down here with me. We can kind of hang out together. I like being on the right side. So let's just hang out here together.
All right.
Now, this is what I would like for you guys to do that are watching. Like, there's nothing like doing it right now. Okay, Erica and everybody that's watching, let's do this right now. So you want to go into OneStream. You want to hit new stream. Okay. So once you hit new stream, it gives you an opportunity. You kind of come to this stream so you can upload videos. You do have the opportunity like to use cloud-based stuff, but in this one, to make a playlist, you're going to have to use your previously uploaded videos that's inside of your server with OneStream Live. So once you hit that, you choose one of those videos and hit continue. All right. The first one at the top is great. Just choose one of them. And then once you see that video, you want to go and hit playlist. All right. So this is up for add a playlist. And then you choose the videos that you want to be in that playlist. I'm saying 24/7 because I think big. If you want to do 2 hours and just see how it works, push all of the videos that you want to play, okay, on your channel. Of course, we've already given you our recommendation. Let's just do YouTube, okay? Oh, you can send it wherever you want to. You're able then to be able to move those videos around. If you want some type of sequence that makes sense to you, you're able to move those videos up and down, and then hit finalize. So once it's being finalized, you're able to then say what destination. Again, I'm saying YouTube, but you can send it to any destination that you want to and hit schedule for a particular time. I would say if you are you're here in America, wherever you are, I would start it at 8 a.m. I would just give yourself a chance at 8 a.m. and see how long people would stay engaged with you and on your channel. And I will probably duplicate it a couple of days. Like if it's 2-3 hours, I would make, Monday through Friday, or if it's tomorrow when you start it, Tuesday through Friday, and see what happens. Like that's just a test. Why not?
Right.
It's an opportunity for you to do, opportunity for you to have content on your page. And I would also say if these are videos, I want to give you one more tip. If these videos have already played on your channel, the best way to do it, because they're already there on what you call on demand. So if you think like a cable station,
Right.
you already have on demand videos. So this video doesn't have to live there on your channel. It's just what's live. So when people are coming through, and YouTube is going to give, like, subscribers and everybody else, it's going to give you that button that says live. You're going to have a little bit higher hierarchy because you are live with YouTube. I'm not saying it's going to open the floodgates for you, but I'm saying it's going to show live, which always kind of gets to the top of the level on the right hand side that you can scroll through, or even your phone. They're going to show you the live channels.
Right.
Guys, just try it. It's an easy try. And I'm hoping that 100 TV inspires everybody. And if you are a One Live customer and you're already doing this, I want to know who you are. Inbox me so we could talk, because I want to bring you to the panel on this month. I'm going to have a panel of guys, and we're going to talk about the playlist and how you're able to do this very thing. Now, if you're a content creator and you're seeing this and you're like, man, I would love to get connected to what 100 TV is doing, can you tell them how they can get in contact with you?
Yeah. Well, they could reach out to me directly. I'm on all the platforms, Ross Brand, I Ross Brand on Twitter. I'm pretty
That's why I
active.
couldn't find you on Twitter. I was
Yeah,
looking for your
because it was
Twitter
before the
handle.
days where I realized people will start typing your name, so I should have started. Ross Brand 1 on Instagram. There's an easier one. DM me on
Gotcha.
Instagram. You can also just email 100TV Network at gmail.com. So you can go ahead and do that, and I will check that as well. And I'm happy to talk to anybody about 100 TV, and we'll get back to you.
Gotcha. That really, really helps. Let me see. Erica has something. She's saying, I would like to live stream for one whole 24-hour day with just clips. Okay, that will work. Why not?
Sure.
Why not? I don't know how long your clips are and how much time that would be.
That,
So, most clips with YouTube is a minute. So, what are you thinking? 2 minutes a clip? How many minutes would that be in an hour? 2 minutes, that'll be 30 clips in an hour. And 30 times 24 at that. Okay, that's a lot of clips. But, Erica, I'm sure you have the content. You could do it.
you could take a playlist, right, and just go
Yeah.
from top to bottom of the playlist, streaming that. You just have to upload it, right? You just have to upload it to OneStream.
So in this case, yeah, once you upload it to OneStream, or if they're previously recorded stuff, so if something you already have in the system, it works.
Right.
Or you say, hey, I've recorded all these clips. I want these clips to play in this way, and you could have it that way as well. It just
Wow.
makes me think. I did a Ross. I did a workshop a couple of weeks ago. The workshop was great. How to create engaging videos, how to get an audience, and how to make yourself more attractive to brand deals. And I need to do another workshop, but I have right at 2 hours worth of content. So at any point I can say, hey guys, if you missed it, the replay is going to be live on my YouTube channel.
Right.
So there's so many things that you can do with this technology, playlist with OneStream Live. And, I think 100 TV is just the best use case. Of course, I'm a part of it.
Yeah.
And that we can kind of share with people to say, we're doing this, but you could do it too. You could be your own television network and send people to your channel. Now, once I see people, going live a whole lot, I'm going to blame it, okay?
Well, you really should blame yourself, because you're the one when we were talking the other day who was really super excited about the idea and made it come clear to me, because for me, I wasn't thinking 24/7 for many, many months, maybe years. And now I'm thinking, maybe it's not that far off. Maybe we should try it.
It's
Um,
definitely doable.
yeah. So, and you can loop as much as you want to loop, right? As
Right.
long as you just have that package of content, whether it's in a playlist or it's one
Video.
video, and you can keep looping it as long as you want to. So you could take your 6-hour live stream and loop it 3 more times until the next day's 6 hours of live starts. Or
So the max with OneStream Live is 8 hours, and that's with the professional subscription. So you're
right,
able to go up to 8 hours. I hope I said that right. 8 hours of live streaming. So basically, you just loop that 8 hours 3 times and you have 24/7. Why is that important? I like your idea as well, even as you're starting, if you have six what we call prime time hours, you can still have a prime time live YouTube channel, but you may be like me. I have a worldwide audience. I'm not being funny. I'm not trying to be all boastful, but OneStream Live and its audience is worldwide. It's
right.
not just in the States. So having something on while I'm sleeping in the States, somebody else is wide awake doing work. You
Right,
know?
right. And it's a chance for people to discover you who wouldn't, if they're into watching live, they're not going to catch you most days 2 in the morning, but now they can.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. They can watch it on their own time, and it's actually hitting them exactly when they want it. And
Right.
it's live. So, they still get the live feel. There still can be comments that are going on live. You want to be sure that you have your channel set up right for the
Right.
bots to catch anything that may be in the comments. But that's a
That's
whole
something to think
nother.
about. That's
Yeah,
something to
that's
think
something to
about.
think about. You need to have some type of moderation going, but there are keywords that you can actually be sure can't be written in your comments. You can block those words. And
Now,
we can
when
talk
it
about
when
that
it
later.
loops, does it create a new video page, or does it loop on the same page that the video, like
So
that
it's
the
going to start a new
run through?
stream. It's
Okay.
going to start a new stream, but so that link may be a little different. So if I'm hearing what you're asking me, I think that link will be different. The people that are watching probably wouldn't see anything different, but the link would be different.
So
And
if
I
you're
need to check that.
watching, it's probably
I
going
need
to
to
go
check
from
that.
one to the next, and they
Right.
don't have to leave that page.
With the playlist, exactly. It's going to go from one to the next.
Right, right. And I guess you can put a playlist together. Well, you're scheduling it as one, or you're scheduling each loop as its own. You're just scheduling it one time, right?
With the playlist, so there's two ways that you could do it. Of course, you can have one large file that's up to eight
Right,
hours, 2 hours, 4 hours, or whatever, and that's going to be one stream that is looped.
right.
Okay. And then you can have a playlist. So you're basically taking the smaller bits, 30 minutes, 20 minutes, you're putting it all together, and it will play the playlist all as one stream.
Right, right. So that'll all be on one link, one page, 6 hour. Even if it's broken up into 10-minute, it'll
Exactly.
be like one 6-hour block or 8-hour block or whatever.
Exactly.
Wow,
Exactly.
pretty cool.
I think it's cool. And if you're out there watching and you have questions about this, please put it in the comments. Even if you're in a replay, we'll go back and answer your question. Want to be sure that I check right now to be sure I haven't missed anything. My clips are 15 seconds to 2 minutes long. That'll work. Yes, another workshop is on the way for you, Erica. I got to get it up, and it's my plan to have that ready to go for everybody that wants another workshop. So, Ross, can you do me a favor? Give your contacts one more time so
Sure.
people can get connected with you.
100 TV Network at gmail.com if you want to email, or just find me on Instagram, DM me Ross Brand 1. I'm also Ross Brand on LinkedIn. So any of the major social platforms you can find me, and just send me a DM and I'll be happy to follow up and email you information or set up a time to chat.
Ross, I wanted to say this. I was thinking about your name the other day. I'm like, is this his real name? Are you Ross Brand? Like, did you grow up just being a brand? Are you a part of the brand clan?
Well, back when I was growing up, Brandon the term wasn't used like it is now. But I remember when I was getting into radio, talking to some older guy who'd been through all the radio wars, through all these, like, Kid, I don't know if you'll be any good, but I do know you don't have to change your name.
Right. The name works.
So you got that going for you.
The name definitely works. So when you did radio, what type of radio were you doing?
I did sportscasting. I did sports talk
Perfect.
and
I hear it. I hear it.
updates and play-by-play, color commentary, reporting, sideline, all that kind of stuff.
That's awesome, man. I can hear it. I can hear it. So that's really cool, man. Small world. I did like normal radio stuff, so it was just like 30 seconds in between songs, and you keep it moving.
Right,
And
right.
I did learn how to interview people because I would have guests come through from time to time. Even local business owners come into
That's
my
cool.
show and talk about what they did, and it kind of helps me. So back in 2012. I actually had cameras inside of the studio, and
Oh,
I
nice.
filmed with webcams, a three camera switch. So I had somebody switching for me, and that was back at.
That's cutting edge.
It was a really big deal at the time. The problem is I didn't continue it.
Hmm.
So I got to a point I just kind of stopped doing it. And if I would have continued, it would have been really big. My problem is some of the videos, um, as the artists got bigger, I couldn't use their videos on YouTube. So I had to figure out how to do that. Like, I think that's where radio is right now. I believe that um, regular radio is going to figure out how to do across the board, a universal license or do some type of license with the record company. That's the only way they're going to make it
Right.
is have videos, cameras inside of the studio, and they're either playing it on a network or they're playing it on YouTube where people can see them. Because otherwise, they've already talked about getting away from AM radio,
Right.
and if they do that, FM is right behind it. Right? Spotify and YouTube Music and Apple Music has just taken over. I mean, everybody's just getting what Apple Play in the cars now. Like, that
Right.
is
Right.
so convenient. It is ridiculous how convenient Apple Play is.
And I'm hearing more and more, like on radio shows here in the New York City area, they're saying like, "Oh, listen to us on the app." They're constantly sending people to the app, and whatever company, whether it's ESPN or it's Odyssey
That's
or
true.
whatever,
That's true.
whoever owns the big stations, they're all about like, "Hey, you can get us on the app." So they might know, hey, if this thing starts to fall apart, we've got an audience that's signed into an app that we can monetize with a plus subscription and all that kind of stuff. They're really already doing it, but it's interesting how much radio's changed. It
It's
really
changed a
has.
lot. But you know what happens when they go the app route? Because I do like it as well. But who controls the apps?
The station.
Apple and Google.
Oh, that's true. That's true. So you're always in danger of them coming out with their own solution and then charging you a lot of money to be on
That
it.
you got, I've seen it both ways with Apple. I think the websites, sending people, it's the same thing we tell people as content creators that you need to have something off platform, like your own platform. And that's a website that, or something similar to that, where you can send
Right.
people and they can subscribe to it and get members, email addresses, all that other kind of stuff.
Well, I think the simulcast is huge right now. I mean, you look at some of the best performing talk stuff on YouTube. It's a video podcast, and
Right?
it's essentially like a radio show. Um, Radio should be putting all that stuff on
Online.
YouTube,
Yeah.
and whether they live stream it, whether they record it. Certainly, there's shows that are on local TV channels and local networks. Some are on national networks where they put a couple cameras in, and you know they are really doing a simulcast, and they're doing a radio
Right.
show, but it's people are watching it on YouTube or they're watching it on TV. And since we know that people like to watch even talking heads and talking
Right.
talk shows, why not take advantage of the video and get that audience online on TV in addition to the radio audience, and have so many more possibilities of how you can market and sell advertising and reach people.
So I think that you're right. There is a station out of New York, and they have this show called The Breakfast Club. Okay, The Breakfast Club is a radio show. Like you can listen to it. It is it's definitely been syndicated across America, right? Well, what's the most popular part about The Breakfast Club is the interview clips.
Mm-hmm.
So they have basically started a whole nother side of the business with the video clips that they put up on YouTube.
Right.
So, okay, I can't play the music, and that's why I'm saying that the music industry is going to have to figure out how they get licenses to these radio companies so that they can play the music on YouTube or these other platforms.
So that they can put the whole show on
They can
YouTube
put the
instead
whole
of
show
just
up.
an
Just the
interview. But
interview.
that's why they do longer and longer interviews compared to what they
Exactly.
used to do. It used to
That's
be
true.
like 5-10 minutes. Tell us when your next concert is, and whatever. Now they make news, and then you see the Breakfast Club on Fox News and CNN and MSNBC because a political candidate or somebody goes on and
That's right.
says something, and now they're getting play all over national TV. People don't even remember that it's a radio show. To them, it's a video show or a YouTube show.
And now the other side of that is YouTube pays revenues.
Right.
Other people are, could be, that's a whole nother side of a radio station's business based off of the YouTube channel. They get, the membership partnership program money and other brand deals that they can potentially do. Even as a conglomerate, they still have ways to market through all of that stuff. So, guess what? I said we could talk about this stuff all day, and we really are, sir.
Yeah, we'll have to do a round 2. I have to have you on the Stream Leader Report and talk to you more about all that's going on in broadcasting, cable, radio, TV, and of course, where it's all really happening is online. That's where the future is being made. That's where the next wave of things, you'll see it first online, and then TV sits back and radio sits back, and if it works, they go, how can we take advantage of that?
Exactly. They'll figure it out because, the big boys with the money would definitely figure out how they can take advantage of all of this. Guys, if you've been watching this and you haven't hit the like button yet, I apologize. I haven't asked you to do it. Please do that now. Hit the like button. Allow OneStream Live to know that you're enjoying the content we're providing in the Streamers Hub. Every Monday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you have me, DJ Strick. So thank you guys for hanging out with us, and I'll see you next week.
Hey, this is DJ Strick, and I've had an awesome time with you today. Thank you for watching another edition of the Streamers Hub right here on OneStream Live.